Hello and welcome back to the fourth and final video in our four-part series on how to build your brand as an emerging leader. And in this one, I'm going to share the final three critical missteps that could be putting a lid on your career development and steps that you can take to move beyond those. Misstep number 4 is working too hard. Misstep number 5 is called accepting low visibility assignments. And the final one, misstep number 6, is downplaying your accomplishments. So early on in your career, when you first come into the professional workforce and when you're in school and in college, attracting reward and recognition for the hard work that you do is a fairly simple equation. If you work hard and deliver valuable results, well, the reward and recognition will almost automatically follow. However, the further you go in your professional career, being successful and doing well can become a little more complicated. And attracting that reward and recognition can look less like doing well in school and more like running for political office. And I'm sure you can appreciate what a tough thing that can be to do. So results alone are no longer enough to attract the reward and recognition that's due to you for the great work that you do. Something needs to be added back into the equation for it to hold true. Results plus making your value visible can lead to the reward and the recognition that you're looking for. You know, the corporate workforce is full of good, honest, hard-working women who are sitting at their desk delivering incredible results to their organization, but they're also sitting there wondering when someone's going to stop by and reward them and recognize them. And sadly, they may end up waiting a rather long time if they don't step away and do some of the things I'm about to share in this next piece. So having spoken with and observed women who do this piece well, they make their value visible in an appropriate and effective way, I can share with you 3 steps to take to make your brand and your accomplishments and your value visible. Step 1, I think you're going to like. Step 1 is called work less. Yeah, you heard right, work less. Okay, now don't do this. Don't stop the video and go to your manager, and when your manager asks what you've been learning, tell your manager, well, Joe Miller told me I should work less. That's not what I mean here. Here's what I mean. Remember that piece about the good, honest, hardworking women sitting at their desk delivering great results but waiting for someone to recognize them? Well, if you work hard and you develop a reputation as a hard worker, think about what do you attract more of? And maybe you just said more hard work. So delivering great results is not enough to get that reward and recognition. I encourage you to take a little piece of time to step away from your desk and step away from getting the work done and go do some of these next 2 steps I'm about to share. By the way, you might have heard my accent. You might already know I'm originally from Australia. Now, in Australia, my mom had a saying, I don't know if everyone's mom says this, but in Australia she used to say, you know, when someone's working hard and they have their nose to the grindstone, my mom would say that person has their head down and their tail up. So think about it, you're working hard, you have your head down and your tail up. Which part of you is most visible? Possibly not your best asset, right? So take a little time to step away from having your head down, your tail up, nose to the grindstone, getting the work done, and reuse that time to do some of the things I'm about to mention next that will put your value and your accomplishments in the spotlight. Okay, so with the 3 steps to making your value visible, step 1 is to work a bit less and use that time to make your value visible. Step 2 is called work hard on the right projects. Work hard on the right projects. So you're probably wondering, which projects are the right projects? Well, you know, I mentioned earlier that women who have outstanding, successful careers as leaders get there based on their reputation for delivering valuable results to the bottom line of the business. So next time someone comes to you with an opportunity or a new role or assignment, before you say yes, take a moment to consider, does this opportunity allow me to clearly demonstrate my ability to deliver bottom line results to the business? If so, it might be one of those opportunities worth pursuing. It could be a good brand builder for you. My good friend and a leader who I very much respect and admire, Nina Barty, said, make something great happen. No one tells you to do it, but they appreciate the results. So again, look for those opportunities, roles, and assignments that put the spotlight on your brand, that showcase what you're great at, and clearly allow you to demonstrate that you have an impact on the bottom line results of your organization. So on this next slide, I'm going to share a list of criteria for a career-defining opportunity. So next time someone comes to you offering a new project, role, opportunity, or a stretch assignment, before you say yes, take a moment to consider the criteria on this list. If that opportunity fulfills a number of these criteria, go for it. It's going to be a great brand builder for you. If not, you may want to either diplomatically decline, or if that's not politically wise, negotiate so that the next opportunity you take on is going to be a career-defining one for you. The first two criteria to look for are really the two most important. So whenever a new project or role or opportunity is offered, pause for a moment and ask yourself, does this showcase my brand and make it visible? That's the first thing to look for. Next, does this opportunity allow me to clearly demonstrate my ability to deliver valuable results to the organization? If it has those two in place, then it's probably a good assignment for you. Go for it. Now, in addition, you may want to consider these supporting criteria. These are also good things to look for. Firstly, does this opportunity allow you to directly support your organization's strategic plan and goals? If it does, you know it's probably going to be one that's valued by your leaders in your organization. Does it allow you to improve the bottom line? So do you get a chance to demonstrate that you can either make money or save money for your organization? If so, again, probably going to be a good brand builder for you. Now, if you want to advance your career on the technical track as opposed to the management track, so you want to advance to becoming a high-level principal engineer or architect, that senior-level visionary technical leader, well, consider looking for the types of roles and opportunities that allow you to perform a specific rather than a general role, and focus deeply on an area of technology that you want to be known for. So technical track, go specific, not general. On the other hand, if you want to advance on the business management or people management track, the opposite advice might hold true. You might want to look for a wide range of assignments that expose you to different departments, functions, areas, customer bases, and broaden your portfolio of experience across the business. So just notice, technical track, go deep into your area. Management track, you may want to go broad. In any case, look for the types of roles and assignments that allow you to push the cutting edge of thought leadership in your area of expertise. And also look out for those special projects sponsored by key executives. Working side by side with them or reporting into them is a great way to make your value visible to those key leaders. Also look for any roles that allow you to sharpen up your business acumen or use a level of leadership skill that is higher than the job that you're in today. And then finally, look out for those special task forces and committees that, again, make you visible to senior level leaders. So next time someone comes to you with a great new project, role, assignment, opportunity, don't just say yes immediately, but think about whether this could showcase your brand and demonstrate your ability to deliver business results, and if so, go for it. It could be a great career-defining opportunity for you. Sometimes we think that we need to look for additional opportunities to take these on, but notice that the best career-defining opportunities might be things that are already on your plate. So take a look at what's already on your to-do list that you're not giving full focus. As one of my associates like to say, what's on your to-do list that you could make a big to-do about? So those career-defining opportunities might already be right there under your nose. So I encourage you to take action by identifying at least 2 projects or opportunities that fit this criteria for a career-defining opportunity. Go ahead and write those down, and maybe you'll pause here and take a moment just to consider what those might be. Okay, so back to our 3 steps to making your value visible. Step 1 was to work a little bit less and use that time to go do the other 2 steps. Step 2, of course, was to work hard on the right projects, those career-defining opportunities. Now, here's the tough news with step number 3. Step number 3 is one that if you don't do this one, all the effort you put into the first 2 might not really count for anything. And by the way, step 3 can be the toughest one of them all, because step 3 is called promote your accomplishments. And I know it's not always an easy thing to do, is it? And I think here's the reason why so many of us find this difficult. We've all known another individual at some point in our career who, let's face it, they had a tendency to overdo it. They were always talking about themselves and their value and their accomplishments. And so what I see is many women hold back from promoting their accomplishments at all, even when appropriate and necessary, because they're fearful of turning into that other type of person. So if you're failing to promote your accomplishments even when appropriate and necessary, I really encourage you to try some of the tips that I'm about to share next. And if they backfire, you can always go back to the old way of doing things, of not doing this at all. But you just might find some that work for you. So when it comes to promoting your accomplishments, there's 2 things that really are fundamental here. And 2 things that if you don't observe these, it could really backfire. And the first is you want to self-promote in a way that is consistent with your own brand. So choose methods of promoting your value and promoting your accomplishments that align with your brand and really fit with it, or else it might seem a little inauthentic. The second thing to think about is, what are the promotional activities that are valued and rewarded in the team culture that you're currently a part of? And if you don't know what those are, take a few days or even a few weeks to observe who gets rewarded and recognized in your team, and notice the types of activities they're doing to showcase those accomplishments, and take your cues from that. So again, you want to choose activities that are consistent with your brand and feel authentic to who you are, and they are recommended and respected within the team culture that you're a part of. So here on this next list, I'm going to share in no particular order some suggestions that have come from women just like you. And as I do, I want you to look out for at least 2 of these that you might feel comfortable practicing. So a list of how to promote those accomplishments. Here's the first suggestion. Get yourself on the agenda to present in meetings, and when you do, invite your leaders along to observe. They'll get value from listening in. Or if you like to write, perhaps you'll send out a regular newsletter or status updates, sharing personal wins or team wins. And by the way, I've heard that women who do this well find people come to them and ask to be put on the distribution list. So people will get value from reading your updates. Or again, if you like to write, maybe you'll submit an article to your organization's newsletter. And by the way, if your organization has a newsletter, the people that put it together are always looking for interesting information to include, so you'll be doing them a favor. Maybe you'll write a blog or an article for publication in a journal, or here's an interesting one, ask to be nominated for an award. Now, if that feels a little uncomfortable, think about doing that in association with this next one, the buddy system. So team up with a colleague and toot each other's horn and reciprocate. And by the way, studies have shown that if someone else toots your horn, it's seen as more credible than when you do it yourself. If you're already well recognized and highly visible within your organization, it might be time for you to consider being invited in to speak on panels and speak at conferences and build your brand now at an industry-wide level. And here's an easy one that anyone can do. Whenever you receive an email from a customer or a coworker thanking you for a job well done, forward it along to your leaders, and all you need to write at the top is FYI. What could be more easy than that? Just send it along with an FYI. So I encourage you to look back over the list of ways to promote accomplishments and choose 2 that you intend to try and work on. So it's time to take action now, and I really encourage you to brainstorm additional ideas for how you can promote accomplishments in a way that's authentic to who you are and also effective within the team culture that you're a part of. And then go ahead and choose to and put them into practice. So with that, we've covered some steps to take to move beyond the 6 critical career missteps that could be holding you back from going to your next level in your career. And I encourage you to think back over the 4-part video series and reflect on what it is you'll do now moving forward to put your career advancement plan into action. Will you be identifying your ideal best fit career niche? Or is your next step to take to build a scalable brand that's going to grow with you as you advance your career? Or are you going to focus on working hard on the right projects, those career-defining opportunities? Or is it your moment now to put your accomplishments in the spotlight by making your value visible? In any case, I have one final bonus tip to share, and it is that you'll do better when you have a community of support around you who gets you, who believes in you, and is there to support you in your career and leadership objectives. So I really encourage you to watch these videos with your mentor or your sponsor and get their input, their feedback and advice. Or get together with friends or colleagues over a lunch break and watch these videos and create a supportive network of women helping women. You know, we hear so many stories, or at least we did in the past, of senior level women who climb the ladder, kick the ladder away, and maybe even let it land on someone on the way down. But I really encourage you to be the type of woman leader who is cultivating women and men leaders all around you in the organization. So don't be the best kept secret in your organization. Create your own career advancement plan and take charge of your career trajectory. Go on out and take the lead.